Have you ever wondered why banks are so eager to give you a credit card sometimes, even when you're broke? They'll mail you offers, text you limits, promise cashback and points. But behind those fancy words is one cold fact. Credit cards are not designed to make you rich, they're designed to keep you in debt. In today's video, we're uncovering the truth about how banks use psychology, fees, and interest to trap millions of people and how you can break free. Stick around till the end, because once you understand this system, you'll never look at credit the same way again. Credit cards began as a convenience, a way to buy now and pay later. In the 1950s, the first charge cards were for the wealthy. But once banks realized the real profit came from interest, they changed the game. By the 1980s, credit cards had spread everywhere. What used to be a status symbol became a tool for mass lending, and the banks discovered a gold mine: consumer debt. They learned something powerful. If they could get millions of people to borrow just a little and never fully pay it off, they'd earn interest forever. That's the business model, not your success, but your lifelong payments. Let's be honest, when you first get a credit card, it feels amazing. Swipe, approve, and walk away with what you want. No cash needed. It feels like freedom, but what's really happening is a psychological trick. When you spend cash, your brain feels pain literally. You hand money, and it's gone. But with credit, the pain is delayed. You enjoy the purchase now and worry later, which means you spend more. Studies show people spend 30 to 40% more when paying with credit instead of cash. Banks know this. They want you to swipe, because every swipe increases the chance you'll owe interest later. That limit they give you, it's not your money. It's bait. Here's where it gets scary. You owe $1,000 on your card. The bank says, don't worry. Just pay the minimum, maybe $25, and you're fine. But that's the trap. If you only pay the minimum, it can take 10 to 20 years to clear your balance, depending on the rate. Why? Because most of that $25 goes to interest, not your actual debt. Let's do the math. If your interest rate is 20% and you pay $25 a month on $1,000, you'll end up paying over $2,400 total before it's gone. You're not using the bank's money, the bank is using yours. Banks call it revolving credit. I call it revolving slavery. Now, interest rates might look small: 18%, 20%, sometimes 25%. But that's annual percentage rate, APR, meaning every year, the bank charges that much on what you still owe. If you miss a payment, boom, late fees, penalty interest, sometimes up to 30%. And it compounds. That means you pay interest on interest. Let's say you owe $5,000 and skip 2 months. That 25% APR turns into thousands extra over time. That's how people end up paying $8,000, $9,000, or $10,000 for a $5,000 lifestyle. Banks love compound interest, not for you, but against you. Meanwhile, investors use compound interest to grow wealth. The poor compound debt, the rich compound returns. But wait, you might say, my card gives cashback and rewards. Isn't that free money? Here's the truth. Those rewards are the illusion of winning a game you're already losing. Most reward programs give you back 1 to 2%, while your interest is 20% or more. That's like losing $100 and celebrating because you found $2 in your pocket. Banks use points to keep you spending. They know you'll chase rewards and overspend. It's gamified debt. They made borrowing feel like playing. In fact, the biggest profits come from the people who miss 1 or 2 payments a year. That's when interest and fees skyrocket, and that's how banks make billions. Watch any credit card ad. What do you see? Smiling people traveling, shopping, dining, living their best life. What you don't see are the sleepless nights, the statements piling up, the 29% APR hidden in fine print. Marketing makes debt look glamorous. They sell you status, not finance. Platinum, elite, gold. It's psychology. If they can make you feel rich, you'll spend like you are. And when you can't keep up, they'll raise your limit, not to help you, but to keep you hooked. Because your debt is their asset. When you owe them, you become the product that pays them every month. Debt isn't just financial, it's emotional. It steals peace of mind, focus, and future goals. People delay marriage, business, and dreams because of credit card debt. You start working for your lender instead of for yourself. Every paycheck goes backward, not forward. And here's the crazy part. Banks never want you completely broke, they want you barely surviving. Because if you're fully broke, they can't earn interest. If you're debt-free, they lose a customer. So they keep you in the middle, just enough rope to keep paying. That's the credit cycle, and millions live trapped inside it. How to beat the system? Here's the good news. You can escape. 1. Stop carrying a balance. Pay your full statement amount each month. Zero balance means zero interest. 2. Cut unnecessary cards. The more cards you have, the easier it is to lose control. Keep 1, at most 2, for emergencies or convenience only. 3. Automate your payments. Missing one payment can destroy your credit score and trigger penalty interest. Automate to stay consistent. 4. Track every swipe. Use budgeting apps or notes. Awareness kills impulse spending. 5. Flip the system. If you're disciplined, you can use the card for cashback without paying interest, but only if you pay in full each month. 6. Start investing the difference. Every $100 you don't pay in interest could be earning for you instead. Put it into savings, ETFs, or side business capital. The moment you switch from paying interest to earning it, you move from being a customer to being a creator of wealth. Let me give you a quick example. Sarah, a young professional, had 3 cards totaling $8,000 in debt. She always paid the minimum, thinking she was fine. After 5 years, she realized she'd already paid more than $6,000 in interest and still owed $3,000. She decided to cut them up, take a side hustle, and pay aggressively. In 18 months, she was debt-free. Now, that same $300 she once paid to banks every month goes into index funds, growing for her, not against her. That's what freedom looks like. You don't need to be rich to start, you just need to stop letting debt steal your future. The truth banks won't tell you. Banks won't tell you this because it kills their business. Debt is not a tool when it controls you. Yes, credit can build your score and buy convenience, but only when you control it. The moment you depend on it, you lose. Remember, credit cards are not free money. Minimum payments are not help their chains. Rewards are not profit their bait. You are not supposed to live your life paying interest forever. Real wealth comes from owning assets, not owing liabilities. The hardest financial decision you'll ever make is saying no when everyone else says yes. No, I don't need that new phone. No, I won't buy that on credit. Every no to instant pleasure is a yes to long-term freedom. Society tells you to show off your success. The wealthy build it quietly. When you learn to delay gratification, your money starts working for you, not against you. So, what's the truth about credit cards? They're not evil, they're just a weapon. If you don't understand them, they hurt you. If you master them, they can serve you. The bank's game is to make you comfortable in chains. Your game is to break them. Every payment you make toward freedom, every investment you choose over flexing, every time you say not today to debt, you're winning. You can't build wealth while chained to interest. So stop feeding the system. Use money with intention. And remember, debt steals your future. Investing builds it. If this opened your eyes, do one thing right now. Speech balloon comment, "No more debt," below and start your journey today. Like this video if you learned something new. Subscribe for more real finance lessons every week. No hype, no flexing, just truth and tools to grow your wealth. Because here, we don't chase status. We build freedom. This is your wake-up call, the truth about credit cards.